Hello. It has been, people would say, a minute, a while, a very long time since I have made a YouTube video. My name's Alana. This is Your Sweet Guys. It's Your Sweet Guys. It's Alana, Your Sweet Guy. We know Peggy's been gone for quite a while now. So have I, though. There's something I want to talk about today. There's something I want to discuss. I want to talk about Monsta X. I just want to come on here and talk about them. That's it. Just to have a conversation, because I went to the concert in Fairfax and the concert in Sunrise, like Fort Lauderdale. There's so much to be said. There's a lot to be said. There's an overwhelming amount of like happiness and sadness, and I tweeted being like, what's it called when you're happy and sad at the same time? And multiple people were like, bittersweet. I think this tour was very bittersweet, and I'm gonna do my best not to shed a tear. I am tearing up right now, but I'm not going to at the beginning of this video because there's stuff I want to talk about. So first, we know this tour was pushed back 1,000 years, which is why Shonu wasn't there, which was absolutely devastating. Even if he's not your favorite, it's even more devastating for the people whose favorite he is. Peggy, Tiani, those people, loves of my life. He's such an important part of the group that when he's missing, it's evident. They do such an amazing job at filling the void, but it's not a bad thing that his presence is the lack of presence is felt. You get what I mean? Like, if we were like, oh, the concert was great and perfect and Shonu didn't need to be there, it'd be like, that's suspicious. No, we all wish he was there, and multiple people represented him and they talked about him multiple times. We bought these tickets so long ago, and at first we had tickets to Boston, and then I had a ticket to Florida and Arizona. I sold my Arizona one. They canceled the Boston stop, and so I only had a ticket to Florida. And then I bought a ticket to DC or Fairfax only last year. So I went to 2 dates, and I'd like to discuss them, and I'd like to discuss Monsta X from here on out. Me in every video I post. So I went by myself to Florida. No, I didn't. I went by myself to DC, which was the initial going alone, not having Peggy was extremely sad, very sad. I have texts being like, this feels weird before I got there, but I went and I stayed with Caitlin, and it was such like a lovely, welcoming experience. Me and Caitlin are already friends, so it was lovely. We had such a good time. We ate food and talked about life and laughed, and Caitlin's got a lot of Olay products if anyone needs any. Caitlin's the best. Just like, if you're looking for someone that's got their shit together, even though Caitlin might say that she doesn't, Caitlin's got her shit together, and she's awesome, and I love her. And I went to that concert, and that one was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was like getting to see Monsta X, like I was watching them through a screen, but it was in real life, where like you just have so much pride and you're just like smiling the whole time. Like, I was standing there just like staring at them down below. They weren't down below, they were up on stage, just like watching them do the stuff and seeing it from different angles and different perspectives and different audiences over the years is just like so much fun and cool and awesome. But it was kind of like a warm-up for Florida, because I had an absolutely unreal seat in DC, but I had an even more unreal seat in Florida somehow. It was just like the greatest experience of all time, both of them. In Fairfax, they performed at like a smaller, it was like an arena, but it was like an intimate arena where they could definitely see everyone. We could see them, every bit of them. And just getting to like see them interact with fans and do their little performances, and just songs that like we haven't got to see yet, but also songs we've heard multiple times that are like the classics. Getting to yell in Dramarama, "Mom, bet, that's just, you can't beat it. It like, there's this moment of like happiness and bittersweetness that like you feel when that song is sung, that you just can't beat it. You can't beat the feeling. It's amazing. So that experience and that trip was just like the start of the beautifulness that I think getting to see them after so many years finally, and just seeing like the screens move and like they're right there, and like the individual stages and everything. I would not say it prepared me for the second concert, but I feel like I got to take those songs in, and really be like in the moment. And it's just like, it's indescribable, the feeling of seeing them live. And I know there are a lot of people who never have gotten to, or sadly like won't get to, and I wish they could just do a concert with every person that loves them in the world there, because they would give attention and love to every fucking person in the audience. You could be in the very last row or the front row, it doesn't matter. Monsta X is going to show you the same amount of love. So, and I've been in one of the last 5 rows at a concert, and I've been in the front row now, and there was no change in my happiness. I wasn't happier because I was in the front row. I felt like so much love, and like just like in the moment, so felt so much joy when me and Peggy went, and we had like a drink in hand, like in the last 5 rows of in the building in New York fucking 3 years ago or whenever it was. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. People are going to be like, yes, it does. There's different experiences. Like, you're going to have a different experience physically, but just being in the room is the same. You could be anywhere, and it's like, this is the greatest night of my life. Like, you'll cry no matter what. And we weren't even supposed to go to, why am I tearing up? I'm not going to cry. Yes, I will, but it's not going to be right now. Then we went to Florida. So I went to Florida with Peggy, Deani, my sister, and Josh. Not the Josh you all know. A different Josh. There were 5 of us that went, and we stayed in an Airbnb, and we made like a little trip out of it. Me and Caitlin did like the same thing. We had a day to like do stuff, and Caitlin's never been to a single place around her house, which I found hilarious. I was like, she's lived there for a while now, and was like, never been to this restaurant. I'm like, Caitlin, it's a 1-minute walk. What? But we went to Florida, and we stayed in Fort Lauderdale, and we were like 10 minutes from like the actual beach and everything, and we just made the most of our time. Like, the first day, the fuck did we even do? We packed our days. We did a lot. We had like a pool at our Airbnb, so we had like such a good time. We like swam, we drank, we went to like the famous street and went out and stuff. And I think the best trips are the ones that you aren't constantly, for me and my group, not my group, the group of people I went with, it was more of a trip of like making memories and getting to go like on a trip actually, and not it not being like 100% about K-pop the entire time, because there are trips that we have been on where it has been, and we're like, we didn't do anything for ourselves, but we did this time, and it was really fun. We went to this amazing restaurant. What was it called? Oh my god, I don't remember, but it was like, they give you like cotton candy at the end, and I made like a TikTok about our trip, and it was just like so many smiles and so much love outside of the Monsta X concert. Like, we just had such a good time. Like, Deani has already met my sister and knows Peggy, obviously, but like Deani and Josh clicked, and just like the 5 of us just had like the greatest time ever. We were only there for 3 days. Like, it was just so much fun. There wasn't a moment where we didn't try to fill it with something or do something, or me, Deani, and Peggy bought like matching shirts, and it was just such a memorable trip. On the very last day, you guys definitely know him, Kevin Kenny. He in the past interviewed, and I think he still does, interviewed people for MTV, and he's like just such a good guy, awesome host. We met him again, saw him in Fort Lauderdale. He was literally just on vacation, wasn't there for anything K-pop related. Like, he was just in Fort Lauderdale on vacation, and we saw him, and we talked for like 5 minutes and like caught up and took like a picture and everything, and we were like, it's so good to see you, like, to be able to, like, we made those friends and at K-pop events and K-pop related things, like, that you see them later on and things aren't awkward. It's just like still the same, and it's so good to see people. Like, that's what K-pop and Monsta X does. It's amazing. But the day of the concert, we went to a mall. Did I even have an outfit? No, I didn't. Whatever I bought, I didn't wear. I wore my sister's like fucking bike shorts and a t-shirt because the t-shirt said Lee on the back, and I thought that was cute, so I did that. But we went to like Target and bought like a pad of paper, and I bought a Sharpie, and I just wrote, like, for Diani I wrote H1, and then I wrote Juhan and Hangul for me, and then K-pop's best rappers on like these little papers. These, like, I was like, we need to have them in the audience, and Diani was like, I want to have this one, so we just made them and brought them, and we took an Uber from the mall to the venue, which was like a 5-minute ride, and the guy driving us there was like, oh, I hate this area, like, I don't want to drop you guys off in this area, like, was not happy that we were getting dropped off there, and we were like, sorry. And he was like, you guys are going to that concert, right? And we were like, yeah. And he goes, it looks like a funeral. And we were like, accurate. The Monsta X fans do wear black, and a lot of it. Diani had like the craziest, coolest outfit we've ever seen on a human ever, and had like the harness and everything, and they're like the coolest person on this planet. That's, if you can have the chance to even talk to Diani, take it, because there's no one like them. She's the sweetest human, the funniest human. Like, it's an honor to be Diani's friend, and I love Diani a lot. So we get there, me, Peggy, and Diani all sitting in different seats. Once we get in, there's some things I want to talk about after, but let's talk about when we get in. Diani had like ultimate VIP, so like the high wave thing and then send off, which was amazing for them because Hyungwon noticed the sign, the H1 sign, and was like, DJ, like, at Diani, and there's a video of that, but go check it out. Not so new. Don't remember the numbers. Is it 18 on Twitter? I can't remember. Me and Peggy immediately when we got in, because we met Diani inside, we went together. And then Diani had to go get VIP stuff. And me and Peggy went in and immediately took a shot, an alcoholic shot. And I got up to the guy and I go, do you guys do shots? And he was like, yeah, single or double. And we were like, single. And then we each got a Diet Coke, and it was $45 total for the 4 drinks. So we were unwell after that. We're at our seats, concert starts. Now here, I'm not going to get into too much detail because it was the greatest night of my fucking life, legitimately. But I do want to address some stuff. I tweeted the video. Now, I'll be 100% transparent with you about everything that occurred. 100%. I'm not going to tiptoe around anything to make myself look better. I don't do that. So, this is what happened. Minhyuk came over to where I was, okay? And he's looking down, and I am motioning to, like, throw the phone, and he's laughing, like... And then there's a video where I was waiting for the further back view so someone could, prove my point and prove that I was right. There's a video that someone else took of him stepping down a little and then, like, motioning for me to throw it. He catches it, and then he filmed himself on my phone. I tweeted the video mid-concert and was like, holy shit. And then a fucking slew of people were like, don't throw anything on stage. Don't throw things at them. They could get hurt. How about we don't throw anything at all? Fans are so immature. Don't throw stuff. You guys are disgusting for throwing stuff. First of all, he was looking directly at me, motioned and had his hand out and was like this, caught the phone, filmed it, and then handed it back. And someone was like, a bunch of people saw that you should have handed it to staff first and they could have handed it to him. First of all, the 2 people that were in front of me, one of them was security just for the venue. I asked him and he was like, nope, I will not participate. And the 2 other guys were legitimately filming for Monsta X content the entire time, did not turn around, didn't look at the audience, they would film us and then keep walking. They were doing a job. I wasn't going to tap someone on the shoulder while they're filming Monsta X literally on stage. Hey, can you give Minhyuk my phone really quick? He took the phone himself. Him as an adult. I didn't throw the phone at him. I tossed the phone to him when he physically was like, okay, I'm ready for the phone. There's another clip where someone threw a cowboy hat and a phone at the same time. That wasn't me. That was a different moment. He's wearing a different outfit. It's a whole different thing. Was not me. And the concert was amazing. And people wanted to ruin that. And apparently someone's keeping tabs on what me and Peggy do over the years. And someone was like, multiple people saw. And I was like, what? And relayed it back to you? Like, who gives a shit? Minhyuk took the phone, asked for it, took it, filmed himself and gave it back. That's it. But people want to have a field day just shitting on anything that happens to anyone else. Even though there's proof that he took the phone and was fine with it. And everyone was like, they could get injured. I'm like, he's 65 years old and he asked for the phone. He took the phone. Relax. Like, people took it way too seriously. Do I agree? Don't throw stuff on stage? Yeah. On stage. Don't whip a phone at a person. Don't whip this at someone. Don't throw something directly on the stage and then they'll step on it. But that's not what happened, though. He leaned down to take the phone, took it, was filming himself and was like this. And I deleted the video, obviously, because I was like, go fuck yourselves. But you can see me pointing at someone else. It was me being like, Minhyuk, get other people in the video, not go film someone else. It was like, go. Juhan was standing like right there. So I was like, go do this. So it looks, I'm not telling him to get away from me. I'm being like, other members. But he filmed himself and then gave me the phone back. We've been to a lot of events. We've been to a lot of K-pop events. We've been to concerts, fan meetings, interviews, things like that. Like a good amount of stuff. Because it's what has made and makes us happy, and what we choose to do is our business. So mind you and yours. But it's another type of like lucky, and I'm not religious, but the word blessed, I guess, in a non-religious way, to be able to see Monsta X live as many times as we have. And we don't go for Monsta X to know who we are, but for them to know who we are, for them to know other fans, and for them to recognize other fans. It's just like it puts them in a different category musically of love for their fans and how amazing they are towards their fans and how grateful they are. There's never a lack of like respect and a caring attitude towards the people that, for lack of a better phrase, like pay their bills. Do you get what I mean? Like, we support them, but they also support us. The love is always given back, equally. It's great to love a group that loves us the same that we love the same amount that we love them, if I could speak. And I just think they're so fucking talented and such good people that you don't need. Personally, you're like, this is good enough for me. Like, this is it. I don't want or need, again, to be like, oh, who's debuting now or this, and that's not against the people who are debuting now. That's us being like, we found our group. Like, this is who we love. These are the guys that we love. The music we love. Them as people. You go and you're just like in a world of pure imagination. Like, going down the line of them. Minhyuk, he just has like an infectious smile, and he's so good live, and his solo was just so fun and so him. And like, Kian has the world's greatest voice, and he stands there and just doesn't even have to open his mouth, and he's better than everyone. And he's so interactive, and actually, like, not talks to fans individually, he probably does, but like does such a good job of like letting you know, even if it's towards like a section or even a specific person, like, thank you so much for being here. Here's my voice. I am, not everyone calls him that. I don't give a shit. You can call him whatever you want. I feel like he'd say the same thing. I thought it was funny in Fairfax. He goes, when I say M, you say, and we were like, wrong way. And he was like, oh, sorry. He has done so much for the group on these types of tours, on like the tours in America. And I think they've learned from him. And he's done such an amazing job that it's not even all on his shoulders anymore, because they have improved so much and they try so hard and they do such a good job. His stage presence is just so infectious and sexy, and he has like this smirk on just the whole performance, the whole show, that you're like, he wants to say more than he can mid-show. Him on, listen, guys, if you would like to see the greatest looking person on earth, go to a Monsta X concert. When he did Wildfire, I think my eyes rolled to the back of my head, and I did a flip off the barricade, and then we all got into a stunt, and we spelled H1. We spelled his name with our hands in the stunt, because holy hell on earth. Not only is he massively talented, he's also big and there. He's definitely present. And he's always been someone who I thought was underrated, but he is such a good fucking performer. He is a performer. We watched videos back that I took and that we all took like after the concert. When he's dancing, he literally is like not out of breath. He like doesn't open his mouth. He's like perfectly okay and does the dance moves without being like, he's not even winded. Just fully fine doing every dance move, being 8 feet tall, muscular, handsome, awesome. Juhan has left me speechless. I'm speechless. His solo, visually, a 4,000 out of 10. I'd like to see it every day of my life. It's sick. Go look up a video of him doing it. It's sick. But his music has so much heart and soul in it that you really feel it. You feel what he's saying and what he's, the whole thing. You're like, yeah. Keep doing it, yeah. And you're just like immersed in his talent and his performance and everything. And they do it so many times, and every single time it still feels like the first time they've ever done it, with the amount of energy and everything. It's absolutely beautiful. I love all of them equally, and would fly across the world to see them if they had only one concert left. $20 billion towards it. I think it was really bittersweet because we don't know when we're going to see them again. And they're like, if we come back, please see us. And we're like, listen, we waited 3 years. We'll wait 5 more if that's what it's going to be. They're just... I love them. I love their music. I love them as people. I think they deserve the best. I think their fans deserve the best. They're the fucking greatest performers and humans, and are so talented and hot. And I think they make it a point, even if behind the scenes they could be, they're not though. I fucking know they aren't. They could, if they wanted to, be like the meanest people on earth, and they're just the fucking nicest. They just do everything they can to show you how good they are as people. And if you don't love Monsta X, there's not much more we could tell you over the years, because we've been here since the beginning. There's not much more we could say. They're just amazing, amazing people. And I just want to say thank you to them for the... I don't even care that I'm crying. Like, they're the best. Like, I've met so many friends through Monsta X. Me and Peggy got to travel. we got to travel, we got to meet them several times and talk to them and just go to so many places and meet so many people and just do so many cool things. And just whenever they come back, we'll be there. Whenever these motherfuckers come back, we'll be front row. I'll save however much it takes. However much it takes to get the front row. Okay? And that's just for, like, the experience in the show. Because, my God, is it good. It's a good show. It is one good show. I'll tell you that. They have the best songs ever and the best faces ever. Best voices, best everything. So thank you to Monsta X. Thank you to Mom Bebe. Thanks, Peggy. Thanks, your sweet guys, for being in Monsta X. Thank you, your sweet guys, for making up Monsta X. You're welcome for creating the group. And I just want to also say one special shout out to Juhan for constantly supporting the channel and our reactions and us as people and always being there. So, love, so much love for Monsta X. Couldn't love more if I tried. Monsta X forever. Monsta X for fucking ever.